Bollywood actor Nawazuddin Siddiqui said depression is an urban concept and we don't see depression in rural areas. This Mount Fuji something, he said that depression doesn't exist at all. You just need 1 or 2 slaps from your parents and it's gone. Let's see.
उस वक्त जब आप डिप्रेशन में थे, आपकी क्या फीलिंग्स होती थी, आपके क्या विचार होते थे? मुझे कुछ करने की चाह नहीं होती थी, सोता रहता था। एक ही विचार बार जैसे एक टेप रिकॉर्डर चल रहा है और वही टेप रिकॉर्डर बार चल रहा है। वही विचार इतने बार आते थे कि मैं थक जाता था। उस वक्त मुझे ऐसे लगता था कि मैं एक कुआं है और मैं कुएं में उल्टा गिर रहा हूँ और नीचे जा रहा हूँ और जितना नीचे जा रहा हूँ उतना ही आसपास अंधेरा नजर आ रहा है, बढ़ रहा है और जो ऊपर जो मुंह है कुएं का, उसमें से जो लाइट आती है, रोशनी आती है, वो धीरे-धीरे छोटी हो रही है, दूर जा रही है मेरे से और एकदम असहाय हूँ और नीचे और फिर धड़ करके नीचे आप गिर गया। सो एक जो फीलिंग थी वो बहुत स्ट्रांग थी।
ये है आम जिंदगी।
जाके यहाँ से 3 घंटे की दूरी पे मेरा गाँव, मैं जाके बोलूँ कि भाई मुझे थोड़ा डिप्रेशन होगा तो मुझे थप्पड़ पड़ेगा। तो क्या होता है डिप्रेशन? खाना खा अच्छे से और जंगल में जा खेत छोल कर गन्नों की, तो यही होता है।
ये पता नहीं है इसके बारे में, आप कह रहे हैं
होता ही नहीं है, किसी को होता ही नहीं। वहाँ पे कोई डिप्रेशन नाम की कोई चीज होती नहीं, वहाँ पे फैक्ट है। आप जाके देख लीजिए, किसी को नहीं होता।
यार सीधी सी बात है, डिप्रेशन होता क्या है? ये विल्ले लोगों की एक बीमारी है। अमीरों में जो विल्ले होते हैं उनको कहते हैं डिप्रेशन। थोड़ा घूमना जाओ, पार्क जाओ, थोड़ा घूम के आओ, कोई डिप्रेशन कुछ नहीं होता। ये सब दिमाग में पाला हुआ है, ऐसी कोई बीमारी नहीं, क्योंकि दुनिया में ऐसा कोई टेस्ट नहीं है। एक मुझे टेस्ट बताओ जिसमें रिपोर्ट आती हो कि दिस गाय इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम फीवर, आता है ना, फ्रॉम डिप्रेशन। ये कुछ नहीं होता, ये कुछ साइकियाट्रिस्ट लोग हैं जिन्होंने अपनी दुकान चलाने के लिए कर लिया। और हमारे पास किसी डिप्रेशन की बड़ी सिंपल सी दवाई है। माँ बाप के पास जाइए, माँ को बोलिए 1 थप्पड़ मारे, पिताजी को बोलिए 1 लाख मारे, सब डिप्रेशन आउट।
ये है मेंटोस जिंदगी। मेंटोस दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे।
Well, Nawazuddin sir is not completely wrong though, because we also know that the cases of depression is quite less in rural areas as compared to urban areas. Like there are so many research conducted on these topics, and results shows that one of the research results show that the risk for some major mental illnesses like anxiety, psychotic, mood or addictive disorders is generally higher in cities as compared to rural areas. One Danish study says that the risk for schizophrenia, which is a mental disorder, was more than 2-fold for individuals who had spent their first 15 years in a major city versus those who had grown up in rural areas. But saying things like depression doesn't exist at all in rural areas is absolutely bullshit. It exists, maybe it's less, maybe it's more, we don't know, but it still exists. But then why there's such saying that depression doesn't exist at all in rural areas? Let's see. First of all, what is depression? So, American Psychological Association states that depression is a major depressive disorder, which is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, how you think, and how you act. It causes the feelings of sadness or loss of interest in activities once you enjoy it. Now, just think that, is it really just the problem of urban areas? According to definition, is it just the problem of urban areas, or it can also exist in rural areas, right? Because see, there are so many causes to depression. Like maybe there is a death of a loved one, maybe you have major physical illness, or maybe you have had breakup if you had one. I don't think so, but yeah. But still, there are 5 common causes for depression. First is biological. Yes, and this is the most important cause of depression. Like if your body is not good, then it can lead to various physical as well as mental problems. So maybe there is imbalance in the certain chemicals in your brain, or you don't have proper physical health, then it can lead to depression, or bad mental health, which can further lead to depression. Then second is psychological. Psychological factors are also there, like you have low self-esteem, then you have inferiority complex, then you compare people with yourself with others, then you feel low about yourself, you think negatively and you overthink. It can lead to depression. There are many psychological factors. Then environment also plays a major role. If you learn about psychology, then there's a school called behaviorism, which talks about environment, the role of environment in physical as well as mental health. So yeah, if you're isolated from the society, if you have any financial difficulties, if your peer group is like that, you are getting just bullied, it can lead to depression, maybe divorce, if you had any death of a loved one. There are so many reasons. Fourth is medical conditions. As I said, that if your biology is not good, if your body's biology is not good, then and last one is substance abuse. If you are using alcohol excessively, if you are using drugs, marijuana, and many more are there excessively, then it can lead to physical dependence, psychological dependence of that substance. Then even if you wish to quit it, then there are withdrawal symptoms which can further lead to depression and that. So that's why these are the 5 main causes of depression and 5 common causes of depression. And if we look on these 5 causes, so biological, psychological, environmental, medical conditions and substance abuse. These 5 common causes are not just limited to urban areas but can also exist in rural areas, right? Like if we see, then medical facilities are less in rural areas, so there may be chances of people more prone to depression, right? So that's why. So biological factors, medical conditions can exist everywhere irrespective of your ethnic, social, societal or cultural background. And also every other factors have nothing to do with urban or rural areas and they can exist everywhere. So again, saying things like depression is just an urban concept, it doesn't exist in rural areas, it's just a rich people problem, rich people need something so they developed depression and they are just saying that thing because it feels cool, or medical health professionals like these mental health professionals have socially constructed these phenomena of depression to run their businesses is absolutely bullshit. But still, states also show that rural people are less prone to depression than urban people, or urban people are getting more depressed. Why? Well, there are many underlying factors behind this socially constructed idea that
depression is just an urban concept, it's just a rich people problem, or it doesn't exist at all in rural areas.
First is lack of awareness or the stigma associated with mental health disorders. First of all, there is no awareness of mental health or mental health disorders in rural areas. Because of that, people don't even know that things like depression, anxiety exist. Even if they are suffering from it, they don't know how to name it. They don't know its name, that it still exists. It exists. Like if they have cough, they know that they have cough, so they'll go to hospitals. But they don't know that this anxiety is there. They have that anxiety, so how will they seek help, right? Also, those who know about it, they are not opening up about it because of the stigma. Stigma, which refers to the stereotypes associated with mental health disorders. Like rural people don't know about these mental health disorders like depression, anxiety, but they know about that there's a bhoot on him, like iske piche bhoot lag gaya hai aur iske piche mata aa gayi hai, aisa waisa. So that's why this is the stigma, and the people also who try to seek help are getting discriminated by the society. That's why this is the one reason why states show low percentage or numbers of people who are prone to depression or are depressed in rural areas. Second is strong community in the village areas. You can't deny this. Like I talked about the 5 common causes. The second one was environment. So the environment in village is really good. Like they have strong social support groups, they have strong communities, so people often talk about their feelings, like what is happening with them, and they share their feelings, maybe not about depression or mental health disorders, but they talk about, they share their feelings, and nothing is suppressed in their mind, which provides them a sense of belonging, support and safety during challenges. So yeah, it's kind of a good factor for rural areas. Then third is nature and outdoor places like greenery, more spacious places, open spaces.
No traffic noise, no deadlines, no assignments.
There's no stress level as compared to urban areas. So that's why there are less numbers of depressed people in rural areas, and other factors such as lower population density, lower pace of life, less population also plays an important help for good mental health. Hence, depression and other mental disorders exist less in rural areas, or maybe are less talked because of the lack of awareness. But again, saying things like depression doesn't exist in rural areas, it's just an urban concept, or सुबह उठो, नाश्ता करो, नहाओ, भागने को जाओ, डिप्रेशन वगैरह कुछ नहीं होता, माँ बाप से 2-3 लाफे खाओ, कुछ नहीं होता, डिप्रेशन is completely bullshit. It's really serious, and if these mental health disorders are not treated at early levels, like if this exists more, it's like cancer. If it is treated in stage 1 or early stages, then it's better. But if it leads further, then it's cumulated, and maybe it can have various physical impacts as well as psychological impacts. Like it can lead to impaired functioning of your cognition or physical health problems. You may lead to self-harm or maximum suicide. So that's why. So it's a request, if you ever feel like you need help or your mental health is not good, try seeking help without any hesitation. You can reach mental health professionals such as psychiatrists, psychologists or therapists. And if this is not possible, then there are many online communities which you can seek help. They keep your identity completely anonymous. You just have to call. There's social helpline of government also, you can call on that. I'll mention everything in the description, you can go through it. And at last, if nothing is possible, like if you don't want to go to therapist because therapy is expensive, yes, therapy is expensive, but you can reach to such social support groups. But if nothing is possible, then at least try to talk about your feelings and try to share your feelings with others, so that दुख बांटने से कम होता है. Yes, and yes, don't listen to these people that depression is just an urban concept and you just need a slap from your mother or father and you'll be okay. Yes, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.